Hello, I'm glad you're joining me today, and what we're going to be discussing is how you can go from high school into college. How do you really make that transition? And we're going to kill all the lies today that you've been told. Trust me, there's a lot out there, a lot of different myths and things that you may be thinking about college that's not accurate. So I'm gonna help dispel some of those things to, scholarships, to things you need to do as soon as you get to college, and a few other things. So we're gonna help get through that today. Now, if you don't know my story, I am a kid from the projects, straight up. I'm from the Bronx, New York. I'm from the South Bronx. I came from a community that didn't even promote college. I'm one of the lucky ones to really make it out during my pre-college days. I was in the streets doing a lot of things that I shouldn't have been doing. I was kind of weird because I would still get my schoolwork done, but just out there doing things that could have got me arrested, that could have got me killed. Really just being a promiscuous kid, not really knowing and following the crowd. So I didn't have that college mentality before I actually went to college. Like, I always knew I wanted to go to college and do this, so I wanted to do that, and college wasn't even on my mind, to be honest with you, until probably maybe like between a year, maybe a year to two at max before I actually decided that I wanted to go to college. And I was inspired by one of my cousins that I look up to, like an older brother. He said he was going to college, so light bulb went off in my head, like, oh, maybe college is not a bad idea. So so that kind of just put the light bulb in my head. But then I remember taking a class that was building, taught us to build web pages. So we doing the web pages, and I'm one of the kids that I was really into it, asking the teacher questions, doing different things, and I really started to see myself kind of liking that. So that's really going along the lines of computer programming, right? So even when all the students left, I'm still there. I'm still asking questions. I'm making one of the nicest web pages in the class, and I noticed myself starting to do that. So, my professor said, you're really good at this. Maybe you should start pursuing it. So that's how I got on my path to really wanting to go to college. So I realized that I was into computers, and then next thing you know, I said, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I found one of my other friends that was in the school that said, yo, I want to go to college too. We decided what college we wanted to go to, and then from that point on, things started going great. But we didn't know what we was doing. We didn't look at well, I don't really know about him. I don't think he did neither. But I know for myself, I didn't look at scholarships. I didn't know anything about college. I'm in a fraternity now. I didn't even know about Greeks before I went to college. So it's very interesting. So these are some of the things that you may be hearing, some lies, some myths, and that could help you during your journey into getting to college. And one of the main lies that you hear when you're going to college is that college is 4 years. Now, hopefully, it's not 4 years if you decide on going to a community college, but if you go into a university and somebody told you that college is 4 years, that's a complete lie. All right, now, down, there's some truth to it. There is some truth. And the truth is, if you are doing what you're supposed to do, which a majority of students don't, not even myself, it took me an extra semester to finish college, that yes, you can graduate in 4 years. Now, but don't go, let me put it this way, don't go into college with that mentality, because you have to, because you will start to think that it's entitled, like, all right, well, I'm definitely gonna get out in 4 years, which is not the case. A majority of students get out 5 years, 6 years, and guess what? Every year it's costing them more money. If your college is telling you it's $30,000 a year to attend, 35, 40, 45, depending on what school you're going to, then if you stay an extra year, guess what? That's an extra $30,000. You stay another year, that's an extra $30,000 that you gotta pay. So it's not guaranteed unless you're doing what you're supposed to do. So understand that, all right, it could be 4 years, but you gotta know that, yeah, it's 4 years if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm passing my classes, and I'm doing the necessary steps in order to get there. Because it's about passing classes, but it's also about knowing which classes to take. That messes up a lot of students. It messed up me. My advisor didn't know what he was doing, and I got to a point where I wasn't instructed, which was really my responsibility, but your advisors did help you. But it was to a point where I was supposed to take one class and I missed taking that class that semester. So instead of taking it the next semester, which I couldn't because they didn't offer it, I had to take it the entire next spring, which put me back because you got to take classes, some classes before you take others. So in any event, you know, you just got to know that it is no guarantee that it's 4 years. Another lie that you're told is you can only get scholarships either if you're smart, you're very smart, or if you're taking, or if you're like on a team, or you know, you go in there on a you know, sports scholarship, which is not true. You can get scholarships in all different type of areas. They got, you know, that's not even just writing essays or, you know, or GPA. You got scholarships you can use on, you know, for your ethnicity, or depending on what school you go to, just, you know, going there, you may get a certain scholarship, or depending on, they got just a bunch of different scholarships. Maybe the amount of income you make or your family makes, or, I mean, just anything, certain contests you can enter. So don't think that it's either right. If I'm not doing sports and I'm not extremely smart, so I can't get any extra money for college, which is completely wrong. Go to your guidance counselor, talk to them, and then also you have to talk to the campus and then see if they have any additional scholarship for students that's coming in. Another lie that you're told is you need to go Greek as soon as you get to college. You may have parents, or you may be familiar with the Greek life. I wasn't. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't have anybody in my family that was Greek, so I didn't know about this stuff until I got to college. But you might be in a situation where either your mom or your dad is Greek, or your uncle, your brother, your sister, or whoever is Greek. So you know about that already. You know about sororities, you know about fraternities, and you're like, as soon as I get there, this is what I'm gonna be. As soon as I get there, I'm gonna do this. And the biggest lie is don't do it as soon as you get there. There's nothing wrong with doing it, but don't do it as soon as you get there. Because that first year is the infancy year. Do you know, as a baby, babies are the most vulnerable to be able to die, because that is the weakest part of any human's life. As soon as they're born, they haven't developed the immune system. You can easily catch just, you know, catch viruses, diseases, die, get sick because you haven't developed anything yet. So it's basically like that in college. When you go in, you're a freshman, you don't really know what's going on, and you don't really know how to operate. You don't know how to move in college yet. So the first thing you don't want to do is make it 10 times harder by, you know, joining a fraternity or sorority, because now your attention and everything is diverted somewhere else, so you can't pay attention to your academics. And that's how your academics go downhill or stay downhill, because you're starting, right? And it's too hard to get back up, and you're not going to get the kind of grades that you need to get. All right, so those are just a few myths, lies that if you've heard them, you need to get them out of your head. If you already know them, congratulations to you. All right, so that's all I'm going to leave you with today. Make sure that you like, make sure that you comment, make sure that you subscribe, and then also, you know, just put some other myths or some other lies that you know in the comments, and share with the community so they'll be able to avoid those as well, right? And if you're not on my email newsletter, make sure that you join, okay? winningcollege.com. Join the newsletter, and I send out tips and things like this all the time.